Welcome to all of you. In today's video, we will know about the poem Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening written by Robert Frost. And topics we will cover here that are about the author, title of the poem, introduction of the poem, quick reading of the poem, then explanation of the poem, and finally summary of the poem. So let us start first of all with the about the author. So the poem has been written by Robert Frost. The full name of Robert Frost is Robert Lee Frost, and he was born on 26 March 1874 and died on 29th January 1963. He was an American poet. He is well known for his realistic writings of rural life and his use of American informal speech. Frost has often been quoted by other people. He was honored often during his lifetime, receiving 4 Pulitzer Prizes for poetry. Now, let us know about the title of the poem. So, the title of the poem is Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening. So, the title is very appropriate because the narrator of the poem is on his way somewhere with his horse. When he stops in the woods, it is winter time and the woods are filling up with the snow on the darkest evening of the year. So this is the title is very appropriate because the speaker of the poem stops nearby the wood on a snowy evening. Now, introduction of the poem. So, Robert Frost wrote Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening poem in 1922, just 2 years before winning the first of his 4 Pulitzer Prizes. The poem tells the story of a man traveling through some snowy woods on the darkest evening of the year, and he is pretty much in love with what he sees around him. Now, let us have a quick reading of this poem, Stopping by the Woods. So, whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Now, let us have the explanation of this poem. So, first stanza of the poem is the woods are lovely, whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in village. His house is in the village, though he will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. So the speaker of the poem thinks that he knows whose woods means small forest, whose woods these are. Or the speaker of the poem thinks that he knows whose woods are those where he stopped. The one who owns the woods, he lives in the village. So he will not see the speaker stopping there to watch the woods fill up with snow. So, and he word has been used in capital form. So I think he word is referred to the God, and the house is church, considered as the church. So now second stanza is, my little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. So, in the next second stanza, the poet says that his little horse must think it is a strange thing to stop at place between frozen lake and the woods, where there is not even a farmhouse, and it was the darkest evening of the year also. So, in the second stanza, the author, the poet shifts his thinking towards his horse. Now, third stanza is, he gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. So, in the third stanza, he explains the reaction, what the horse reacts. So, according to the speaker, he says that the little horse gives a shake to the bells attached to its neck, as it to harness means a set of straps which is used to control a natural thing like animal or just any other thing. So according to the speaker of the poem, his little horse gives a shake to the bells attached to its neck as if to ask whether there was any mistake. The only sounds heard, other than the jingling of the bells, were the sounds of mild wind and the falling of the soft and fluffy snowflakes. Now, next and last stanza. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So, in this last line, the speaker is reminded that he has obligations and responsibilities in his life. He has been far away in his solitary thoughts, and now he is returning to reality. Either he cannot just sit there looking at this beautiful scene, he regrets having to continue on his journey, but he has a long way to travel on his horse before he gets home. The repetition of the line, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep, seems to suggest that he is also thinking that he has a long life ahead of him, with many problems to deal with before he finally goes to sleep forever, like death. To sleep forever means death. So, the last stanza is just a reminder for the speaker of the poem that though the woods are lovely, dark and deep, it's very beautiful, but he has promises to keep. He has a lot of promises with him which he has to follow, which he has to fulfill in his life. And miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep means he has to go miles, he has to follow a long way in his life before his permanent sleep, that is death. So this last stanza is a reminder for him, and it reminds him all of a sudden that he has to fulfill his promises which he has made with him. Now let us know the summary of this poem, a quick summary. So the summary of the poem is that the poem is has been spoken with the perspective of speaker, who says that he was passing through woods which were lovely, dark and deep. The natural beauty compels him to stop there and watch the great scene of nature. At first he wonders whose woods are these, but then he suddenly realizes that the owner of these woods lives in a town nearby village. Then the little horse thinks it's a strange to stop in the middle of the forest. The horse shakes his harness bells, so pertaining to be impatience. The horse probably protesting that there might be some mistake in stopping here. The whole atmosphere was dark and gloomy with snow-laden trees. There was no sound except the echo of the harness bell. So then the speaker of the poem realizes that though the woods are very lovely, they are dark and deep, but he has a lot of promises with him which he has to fulfill, and that is why he has to go miles before his death, his sleep, permanent sleep, and he reminds this two times. So this is the summary of the poem, and this is all about the poem Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. I hope you will like this video, and if it is liked by you, please do share, do comment and subscribe the channel. Thanks a lot for watching this video. God bless us all.